Hi! It's been a while since I've recorded any type of commentary here from my pokey little YouTube channel, but I've been thinking a lot about Persona 5 this year. It helps that I have nearly 170 hours logged in between Persona 5 Royale and Persona 5 Strikers at the time of this recording. But it's the events of Strikers and knowing what takes place throughout the events of Persona 5 Royale that makes me think that either intentionally or not, the way things were handled in terms of the actual story between the two games, and keep in mind, I haven't finished Strikers yet, but with everything I've seen, there were so many great ways of how certain characters were written to not be involved from one game to the other. Obviously, P5R takes place first, and Strikers takes place about 5 months afterward. So, and I know some folks probably have that big debate over what's canon and what not and what's not when it comes to Persona 5, and I'm of the mindset that it's all canon, that every single aspect is canon, because Persona 5 Royale handled one character so perfectly that it would not have made any sense for them to be involved in Persona 5 Strikers. And that character I'm referring to is Yoshizawa. Why? Simple. Yoshizawa does not consider themselves a member of the Phantom Thieves. They turned down the invitation, and it's quite clear that Yoshizawa's dreams and ambitions and goals of being a world-class gymnast supersede any type of friendship to Joker, and which by proxy means it would supersede and be more important to her than being a member of the Phantom Thieves. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Matter of fact, it's a great thing, because when you go through P5R and you go through everything, through all the confident arcs with Yoshizawa, you really get an idea for her mindset, particularly once the reveal of her not being exactly who she is or who she thinks she is. And it just further drives home what's important to her as a character. And then there is the simple fact that that it was established in the month of August, heading into obviously September of P5R. Yoshizawa was clearly dedicated to training for a gymnastics competition. So, clearly taking into account that more likely the in-game school year at Sujin would be roughly about the same, that meant that Yoshizawa would not have been involved or at all with going on an month-long road trip. Even if there were no metaverse-style jails popping up all over Japan, Yoshizawa would not have been available. They would have been off training for their next big competition. So it amazes me of how a remaster expansion of Persona 5 handles all of the new characters, particularly the one character that people would question as to not being in the game's direct sequel or follow-up, spin-off, what have you. It just, the pieces just fall into place so perfectly. And then there is the obvious fact, though. When you really think about it, Yoshizawa spends no time with any other member of the Phantom Thieves. Yoshizawa's most direct interactions is mostly with Joker. There is that loose little association with Morgana after the trio comes is involved in the discovery of Maruki's palace. But even then, when you get into the third semester and the story of that, Yoshizawa doesn't really hang out with any other members of the Phantom Thieves at all. Matter of fact, it's depicted a couple times that she shows up after the fact of everyone else because, hey, she's off training. She is dedicating herself to her dreams and ambitions. Even with everything else going on involving Maruki, it is quite clear that Yoshizawa's mind is focused on the long game that's important to her. So the question comes down as to, is Yoshizawa a member of this Phantom Thieves? Well, she clearly doesn't consider herself one. If anything, I kind of will put her more in the same boat as Akechi, someone who is an ally of convenience or when it's convenient. Obviously, we know with Akechi, he basically betrays the Phantom Thieves to set up stuff heading into Shido's palace and everything. But of course, we know with the P5R and his involvement in the third semester as well. But clearly, Akechi doesn't consider himself a member of the Phantom Thieves for his warped sense of morality or lack thereof. As a matter of fact, I would argue that Sophia, who is obviously the AI and Strikers that's in Joker's phone, is more of a member of the Phantom Thieves than Yoshizawa is, just based on the fact that she has all that direct interaction with the other members of the crew. Hell, Zenkichi is more of a member of the Phantom Thieves than Yoshizawa is, for the exact same reason. Granted, he doesn't get his persona till very late in Strikers, as I discovered last week. But still, he has all that direct interaction with not just Joker, but every member of them, and clearly his rebellious spirit and it being unlocked, and he has their guidance to dealing with all his new persona powers and stuff to get him quickly acclimated and so forth. So factoring these all in, it's like, yeah, kind of glad Yoshizawa is not in Strikers, because it would have made no sense. It would have made no sense at all. Now, if by chance there is another spin-off game to Persona 5, would I like to see Yoshizawa in it in some way? Yeah, but it would have to make sense. It would have to make sense based on everything associated with her established story, her established goals, her established ambitions, and so forth. So, what would work? Well, a fighting game certainly worked for Persona 4. Granted, I've never played Persona 4, but I have been playing Persona 4 Arena over the past several weeks as well. So, I kind of see how everything was kind of handled with that. Maybe a Persona 5 fighting game where somehow Yoshizawa is available during Golden Week for whatever reason. Hey, that could work. Keep in mind, I haven't played Persona 4 Ultramax yet, so I'm not exactly sure how well that would work or not work, but either as it may. Just me shitballing here. Anyway, I will try to make these little commentary things more frequent. But hell, last time I said that, I said I was gonna start doing reaction videos, and that was several months ago. I only did the one, and fuck it. Anyway, don't bother hitting that like or subscribe button. But if you want to check out, hang out, I'm always on Twitch 7 nights a week, and that link is in the description down below. So till next time, whenever that may be, tighten your friendship bracelet, stay safe, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.